It's time to become a prepper. Let's talk about it. My name's Eric. This is Above My Pay Grade. Let's get into it. All right, all joking aside, I don't think you should become a prepper, but I do think you should look into having a little food on the side. Why do I say that? We've all seen the last 2 years how grocery stores have had less food than they normally do. Everyone thinks it's because of the supply chain, which is fine. But I ask you to consider the psychology of empty shelves and what could potentially happen. There are certain things that the government doesn't have control over. Think back to early 2020, around the time you went to Costco, and you're like, oh, I just want to pick up a little bit of Charmin here. And the person in front of you had like 25 of those bulk packs. And you're like, what the heck is going on? And then they had to start rationing toilet paper, which is hilarious, by the way. But I think the same thing, do I think America is going to run out of food overnight? No. But I do think the same thing that happened with toilet paper can happen with food. In other words, people can start going to the grocery store and they realize, hey, there's less baby food here than there was before. I'm going to stock up and get 2. And the next shopper goes in and now there's even less. And they say, maybe I should get 3. And that cycle can perpetuate until shelves are empty. And then prices go up, etc. And because of this, because human beings can operate in illogical herd mentality ways, people can often, let's just say, hoard things that they otherwise wouldn't when they're panicked or when they're fearful. So what's my advice? I think it's important to have a little bit of food stored in your house. Why? Because it's not really, let's just say there's a couple positives. Number one, if inflation keeps running hot, you bought it cheaper than it otherwise would be next month. And it's not wasted money. You're going to eat it anyways. But to have a little food, some of the staples, if things were to ever get to the point where a grocery store literally ran out of food, or at least was getting close, those of you who live down south or in a hurricane area, you know what it's like with bottled water and all the things you need to prep for a hurricane. If the hurricane's coming tomorrow, all the stores are out of that particular item. And if food shortages, bad ones, are coming in a week, by the time you hear that news, all the food will be gone off the shelves. So I think you should have a little bit of food, month supply or so, and you could just take from that supply and replenish it as you go grocery shopping. Why not? Pretty smart idea, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. I have been reading quite a few articles on the potential of food shortages, and those links will be down in the description below. Another kind of funny news story that I saw over the weekend. There was a man who decided to go to a sporting goods store and steal a crossbow. And you're asking yourself, how do you hide a crossbow if you're leaving the store? Make it not obvious. That's a great question. What did he decide to do? He stuffed it down his pants. And I just imagine what some of those shoppers were thinking. Is that a crossbow, or are you just happy to see me? But you see some of these stores that are getting looted, and you're walking out of a store. Sir, is that a TV in your shirt? No, not stealing a TV or a crossbow in my pants. People, as things get more expensive, I'm going to guess that maybe not so much crossbows, but stores are going to have to heighten security because people are going to be more likely to steal goods because they can't afford them. I saw a news article the other day about Walmart literally putting their meat inside a locked cage. So you had to get somebody over there to unlock it, so you could actually get it out of the meat section. Kind of ridiculous. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm going to start to keep these a little shorter and hopefully update daily on things I find interesting and things I'm thinking about. I'm going to leave you with this quote. Take care. See you tomorrow.